Thank you for joining us back again. Sorry for those audio issues we had to clear up in production. And we are on with our next match. We have an I Quit match. The Dark Sheik is taking on Mike Majors, and Mike Majors has said this is personal. This has nothing to do with business. This is personal. You will remember this all started back when during the Faction 8 Tag Team title tournament, which for whatever reason management chose to leave off the current, or at that time the current Octet Tag Team champions, which were the Money Stars. The Money Stars felt very slighted, called out and challenged the Dark Sheik and company. Lost that match and lost those tag team titles, Octet titles along with it. And since then, he and the Dark Sheik have been at odds. The Dark Sheik said he's here to destroy what we know as DCWA right now, rebuilding in his own image. He said starting with Money Stars, those typically greedy Americans, is the first thing that he's gonna do. He has since defeated Mike Majors in a street fight and in six-man tag encounters and tag team matches. I think Money Stars has one victory with the Wright brothers last week over members of Fractured. But the Dark Sheik has said that with him and Mike Majors, he is going to make Mike Majors say, "I quit." If this is an I Quit match, submission only. Cage encounters, we see weapons all over the place and everything else. So Mike Majors has said this is personal, it's not business. And Mike Majors, a veteran of the squared circle, he used to say he's going to make the Dark Sheik quit, and wish he never showed his face in DCWA. As we see a pile driver there, we got to believe this is going to be a heck of an encounter with these two individuals. This is going to be a heck of an encounter. We see them exchanging blows there. As we see our referee has changed. It is now Mr. Controversy. No, this is I forget his name, but Karate Kid referee recuperating after those last two encounters where he was kind of injured. So we're going to have a very interesting encounter here, as the ref is just there to see who quits. DCWA did not want to put a microphone, as you guys are traditionally used to in these I Quit matches. For whatever reason, Bill Mercer wanted these submissions. If they're verbal, he trusts the referee to do this. As we see that stomach breaker there, these guys have really got out, snap suplex there, gotten out of the filling out process, and they're going straight at it. Already encountered each other in a street fight. As we see the Dark Sheik picking up a bat. And the Dark Sheik has said once this is settled between he and Mike Majors, he's coming after every championship in the DCWA. He and Fractured. He said Fractured has no friends. He will do anything he can to win every championship and control the DCWA and turn it into his own image. And when I asked him what that image was, he said every show, every Full Throttle should have at least one exploding barbed wire death match, at least one cage death match of some type like this one, at least one street fight, at least one violent encounter. He said enough of these regular matches. He wants DCWA and his vision to be a hardcore haven. And he can call some of his associates, some of his rivals in the hardcore wrestling scene, and give the fans blood and guts every week on Full Throttle. So we see his plans. He said the first obstacle is he pulls that fork out to the forehead of Mike Majors, busting him open instantly. And he said his main obstacle is getting out of the way of Mike Majors to humiliate. Not only does he want to defeat him, he wants to humiliate him by making him quit. He said that'll put the coffin in the Money Stars, and they can. He stole his move there. Oh! It'll put, as he picks up a piece of that broken table and just hits him in the back with it. Mike Majors busted open. Said he wants to regulate Money Stars to the lower wrestlers that they are, and their greed. said he's in here for violent competition, not greed, and he hates the money stars. He hates Mike Majors. He says after this encounter, after he makes Mike Majors say I quit, he will be well on his way, and he said he will humiliate money stars. Again, you're tuning in to DCWA Bloodsport, our most violent show of the year, and we're in an I Quit match between the Dark Sheik and Big Money. Mike Majors is just a chair shot to his forehead there. Already bleeding forehead. Mike Majors taking it, throwing his head first into that turnbuckle. I gotta believe that maybe the Dark Sheik is gonna have an advantage in the stamina area simply because of his age as opposed to Mike Majors, as we see a jumping, spinning kick, something we normally don't see from the Dark Sheik. We're used to those low nut shots that he's doing and hitting with the chair like he's doing. I don't know if Mike Majors is smart to take a match like this because it seems as if the Sheik, the Dark Sheik, this is his type of matchup. Dark Sheik with a drop kick to the knee. We see him going and just pick up that barbed wire bat and hitting, Mike Majors in the lower, like the kidney area with that barbed wire bat. Just in the gut with that barbed wire bat. Again, in the head with the barbed wire bat. Mike Majors is just bleeding all over the place. Just that butt end of the bat just shoving into Mike Majors' gut. The Dark Sheik with the jumping, spinning kick. Mike Majors may have bitten off more than he can chew in this match as the Dark Sheik seems to be relishing and punishing. Mike Majors coming. Trying to powerbomb, but reversed by the Dark Sheik, who goes right to picking up that barbed wire bat, drops it for whatever reason. Drop kick to the back of the neck. Leg drop to the back of the neck. Picking up that piece of broken table. Remember, all of this is legal in this matchup. Off the ropes, Dark Sheik with a drop kick. He's like he's trying to pick apart Mike Majors. Off the ropes again, what do we have? Drop kick to the knee again. Might be softening Mike Majors up for a submission. We know, just a hit to the back of the head. We know that the Dark Sheik likes to use the camel clutch as one of his submissions. Could we see a camel clutch? Here's Mike Majors coming back with a shoulder block off the ropes. Whips Dark Sheik in again. Dark Sheik. I think Mike Majors is running out of steam here. He can take a lot of punishment, losing a lot of blood as Dark Sheik's off the rope again. Just drop kicking those knees. I don't know if the Dark Sheik is coming up with a new finisher. He's targeting those knees of Mike Majors, or if he's just trying to slow him down. Again, I gotta assume, drop kick to the knee. Dark Sheik is not even put on one submission yet. He is punishing Mike Majors with a jumping knee to the face. There, got that. Mike Majors trying to come back. Leg drop there on Mike Majors. Missed that football tackle on just a jab for his good luck. Drop kick again there to the knee. Dark Sheik is just being sadistic here, punishing Big Money Mike Majors, who for the first time that I've known him didn't mention anything about contracts, about money, about anything when it came to this match, other than wanting to put the Dark Sheik in his place, wanting to violently show him who's boss. As we go, submission right on his head there. That might be enough. Dark Sheik pulling him to the center of the ring. Don't know what he has next. Picking up that bat again. Just hits him in the... My goodness, Mike Majors has to be out. The ref could stop the match if he deems it necessary. But I think he's going to give these guys a lot of latitude as Mike Majors is up. He's in this suit. Muscle buster on the back. Dark Sheik is proving to be, at this point in time, the most violent man in the DCWA. Just barbed wire bat shots repeatedly to Mike Majors. He goes, he puts him on. What's going on? Just on the shoulders, just like a front face slam there. Going back to that bat, obviously his weapon of choice in this match. Mike Majors so far the only one busted open in this encounter. and just absorbing shots to the back, to the kidneys, to the gut with that barbed wire cover back to the Sheik. Dark Sheik keeps going back to, again and again, Mike Majors trying to mount a comeback to beat Dark Sheik off to the rope, clothesline. Catching his breath there, he's taking a lot of punishment, although in great shape, a lot of punishment from Mike Majors. Leg drop from Mike Majors, got some good height on that. And going with that, like that cross-face type of maneuver there, trying to get a submission. I don't think he's punished the Dark Sheik enough. He whips him into the corner. Superplex got to be coming up here. He sits him on the second rope. No, Dark Sheik reverses it. Flying sidekick from the top rope. Dark Sheik pulling out moves I didn't know he was even capable of. He's off the rope. Leg drop to the back of the head. He seems to be really softening Mike Majors up, maybe for that camel clutch. And he's, just a drop kick to the knee. I don't know. He just seems to be relishing punishing Mike Majors with repeated barbed wire back shots. Mike Majors doing his best to come back. Remember, there is no pinfall in this matchup. It's I quit match, submission, either tap out or verbal submission only, no pinfall. Which unfortunately I gotta give the Sheik, the Dark Sheik, an advantage. Here's that fork, just comes out again, right into the forehead, the top of the head of Mike Majors. Again, he's just, I don't know why the ref is cautioning him. This is totally legal in this matchup. As you can see, he's not even paying attention to the ref. The ref is asking Mike Majors, does he give up repeated shots? I'm sorry, he wasn't cautioning him. He's asking, does he give up? Mike Majors saying no, he does not give up, and he's just eating repeated forehead shots with that fork. As I've stated just a few minutes previous, the Dark Sheik has proved, Dragon Screw. The Dark Sheik has proven in this match he is the most sadistic man in the DCWA. And he said he wants to tear it down and rebuild it in his vision. He's put everyone on notice. When I asked him, including General Jerry McDermott and the Undead Army, he said he's especially going to be anxious to face them one day, as he believes they're the only ones that maybe can match his level of violence. Although he said he hopes the Wraith keeps the keeps the heavyweight championship because he wants it. He wants to defeat the Wraith at his own game. He said that sickle means nothing to him. He likes to bleed. You see that low blow. Going back to that barbed wire bat, that is his weapon of choice, people. A running bulldog. It's Mike Majors. This might be done for Mike Majors. He's hanging in there. Remember, no pinfall or submission. This is no pinfall. This is a verbal tap out or a tap out here in this I Quit match. Mike Majors has stated he wants to make the Dark Sheik quit. Then, after he makes him quit, going after those Octet and Faction 8 Tag Team Championships, and he said on to better things. He is sick of the Dark Sheik's interference. He's sick of it. There's a clothesline there. Mike Majors, oh no! Every time Mike Majors mounts a comeback, the Dark Sheik is there with a comeback on and that fork out again. Ref there to ask Mike Majors, does he give it up? Mike Majors saying no. But that repeated forehead shots with that fork has to take a lot out of Mike Majors. Just busted open. This is not good, people. Dark Sheik proving to be the most sadistic man. And he's good at being sadistic. I mean, he's had a game plan, stuck to it. I gotta believe that anyone who faces him in this type of matchup, oh goodness, is in for it. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a pinfall, because maybe he would just go ahead and pin Mike Majors and put him out of his misery this much. Mike Majors signaling that is over. He seems to be trying to get his breath back, but he's taken, it's like Mike Majors has taken over 10-15 minutes of straight punishment. as we're almost at the 30-minute mark. Half of that, if not more, Mike Majors has endured some punishment, not only from Dark Sheik's fists and kicks, but from barbed wire bats, chairs, broken table, pieces of broken table, and other things. And we do have referee discretion to stop this match. If we can see him being whipped into the corner, Mike Majors has slowed down considerably, although he's coming back trying to stomp down, putting his foot on the neck of the Dark Sheik in the corner. Mike Majors needs to get his second win. And he needs a sustained amount of football tackle. He needs a sustained amount of offense, as the Dark Sheik, though, just more vicious, is biting the head of Mike Majors. Just biting his head. My goodness. Dark Sheik is a vicious individual. He's just been chomping on his forehead for a good minute and a half. What's going on here? Mike Majors, the problem in this matchup is as soon as Mike Majors mounts a comeback, the Dark Sheik pulls a fork out. He bites a forehead. He picks up a chair. He picks up a bat. Mike Majors needs to adopt the same tactics. Go for one of these objects in the ring. Knock the Dark Sheik down and begin stomping and beating him mercifully like he's been getting. He's going to have to change his tactics and do less of a wrestling match and more of a street brawl, because he's in there with a very sadistic individual's drop kick to the face there. Leg drop to the back of the head. Again, and he goes for that bat again, this time not covered in barbed wire, just a regular bat. Now a knee to the back of the head, jumping knee. The Dark Sheik is mocking Big Money Mike Majors. Drop kick to the knees. And it could be those repeated drop kicks to the knees are slowing Mike Majors down. But every time he seems to try to mount an offense, Dark Sheik is a step ahead of him, or 2 steps ahead. Shades of Jeff Jarrett with the stroke there. This is what he needs to do, although Dark Sheik is not going to give up from that. Not enough sustained punishment as he on the top rope. Diving leg drop to the head. Mike Majors has not sustained enough offense to do any real submission-like damage to the Dark Sheik. Just the gut again, that bad shot. Again, this is DCWA DCWA Bloodsport. Our most violent encounter of the year was Feuds Are Settled. Hollywood Bill Mercer has promised that every feud here will be settled, at least in the ring. These guys, unless just happening to fight in championship matches or tournaments, will not face each other for quite some time, as he wants both men, both teams, both factions to move along and challenge other people. He thinks it's good variety for the viewer, and all of our matches have a finality to them. Regardless of the outcome, the feud is over, the other person or faction will have bragging rights. The feud is over, time to move on to better things. We have, again, the D1 Cup, our first tournament format, multi-day tournament format, with the winner not only receiving the prestigious gold D1 Cup, but also the winner will get a shot at any title, any singles championship that they choose. So we're going to announce this week. Look for it on DCWAshow.com. Look for it on our YouTube channel. We're going to announce the participants in our first ever D1 Cup, our version of March Madness, along with our brackets coming out soon. See who you want to win. I don't know if either of these men are going to be in any shape, particularly Mike Majors. He's going to be in any shape to be, as he's just getting his forehead bit again. And the problem that I see is that, as I've just been stating, Mike Majors is not able. He has flourishes of offense like we see here, but not able to sustain any offense out of flashes, as we see the Dark Sheik just more and more ruthless, going to the biting. Mike Majors, it's not really his style of match, although he's an extremely tough individual. Hasn't given up yet, as we can see by slower running into the corner, being whipped in. His knees have taken tremendous amount of punishment from those repeated drop kicks. As we see Mike Majors, back suplex, high angle. This is what he needs to do. Dark Sheik right up again. Mike Majors has to sustain this offense. Dark Sheik going for pile driver there. As I said, 2-3 moves of offense from Mike Majors, and some type of counter there, and a weapon being picked up. Drop kick to the knee again. This is Mike Majors has to wonder if it's better. I know his pride would be hurt. Better to give up and live to fight another day and lead his young guys, the Money Stars, on to championships and other things in the DCWA. He might sustain some permanent damage from the level of physicality and violence that he's on the receiving end. High angle backdrop again. He needs to capitalize, as we see the Sheik finally busted open. Backdrop again. Both men busted open now. Mike Majors seems to be getting the second win with these punches here. He needs to stay on the Sheik. Hit him with a bat. Pick up something. Power bomb or pile driver coming again and again. This Mike Majors cut off from that offense. The Dark Sheik seem to be relishing picking up that table, and just hits him with that piece of broken table. Running off the rope. Drop kick to the knee again. We're now at the 43-minute mark of this match, and Mike Majors has sustained an awful lot of punishment. I don't know if the ref might want to call this matchup unless a miracle happens. Mike Majors doesn't seem like he's going to be able to come back from this beating. Dark Sheik was, it needs to be some Money Stars guys need to get out here ready to throw the towel in. Mike Majors probably too proud to give it up. This is disheartening to watch, as he's just being beaten from pillar to post by the sadistic Dark Sheik, and he's just pouring it on. Mike Majors trying to sustain some offense, whips him into the corner, but so slow getting there from all the punishment his body has taken. He's been bleeding since a couple minutes into this match. We're at the 45-minute mark. This is I don't know what to say. Powerbomb, pile driver coming here. This is what he needs to do. But as you can see, yes, picking up. Hitting the Sheik with the broken table across the forehead, whipping into the corner. But the Sheik again just countering with biting and gouging, biting the forehead, already busted open forehead of Mike Majors. You can see Mike Majors just, this is a situation that it's just not a good situation for Mike Majors. High angle backdrop again. And then he's trying to catch breath. The Sheik is just, Dark Sheik is really just dragon screw again on that knee. Drop kick to the back of the head. He's been picking apart Mike Majors since the beginning of this match. Dark Sheik having a plan, coming in, just barbed wire bats hitting. No. the ropes. Leg drop. Mike Majors just... The ref needs to call this match. We're at almost the 50-minute mark. Dark Sheik has not even made a submission attempt. He's just enjoying... backdrop there. He's just enjoying punishing Mike Majors. He has not attempted one submission. He's just beating him with these barbed wire bats, the chair, broken table, drop kick to the knees. As Mike Majors writhing in pain on the mat, holding his knee. Oh. This is ridiculous. The Dark Sheik is just... he's enjoying this a little too much. Another drop kick to the knee. He's not going for one submission, just sadistically dealing with Big Money Mike Majors. Mike Majors, to his credit, has not given up. Has not just thrown in the towel. Oh, and there's that barbed wire back shot. Mike Majors. Ladies and gentlemen, the blood that you see on the mat, the majority of it is coming from Mike Majors as he tries a pile driver to slow down the Dark Sheik. Just a low blow there. Legal in this match, however. Going back to that barbed wire bat and just hitting him in the back of the head with it. Mike Majors' body's battered and bruised. The Dark Sheik has gone for not one submission attempt. In this match, Mike Majors getting a little bit of offense, flashes of offense, but no sustained level of offense. Spine buster there. Whips him off the ropes. Whips him into the corner, I believe. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Clothesline, not much on that clothesline. Could not get the proper momentum through his legs. Nice takedown there. He needs to do less wrestling and more fighting. And Dark Sheik gives him that maneuver, muscle buster. I gotta think if this was a pinfall match, this would have been over long ago. We're at the 55-minute mark, as you can see. No time limit here. We're on the 55-minute mark, as you can see by our timer in the corner. And it's been mostly punishment delivered by the Dark Sheik. Snap suplex there by the Dark Sheik on Big Money Mike Majors. Big Money Mike Majors. This is beyond comprehensible that he is losing this encounter in this manner. He's being busted open, beaten and pillared to post in this matchup. Again, I gotta apologize for the audio issues. We are having some production and audio issues with this broadcast. We try to bring you up and still have our commentary. Hopefully you can hear it. Big Money Mike Majors. We have our audio. Sorry for the audio issues. We are back. Big Money Mike Majors being decimated for almost 60 minutes of time here, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the 59-minute, 14-second mark. No time limit, so we will not have any draws in Bloodsport. There is no time limit here, and the Dark Sheik is taking full advantage of that. I gotta believe this is, in DCWA so far, this is our longest one-on-one matchup. Might be our longest matchup, so these guys are breaking records for something. As we see, the punishment is just being leveled into, oh, Bulldog, the ref needs to call this. This is sadistic. It's too again, just too sadistic. Oh my goodness! I wanted to tell him to go for a cover so bad. I've forgotten this is a submission. I quit match. Big Money Mike Majors has to be given all the credit in the world for not giving in, not throwing in the towel after all this punishment. And the Dark Sheik, the sadistic, I'm going to start calling him the most sadistic man in the DCWA. He's not even went for one submission attempt this whole match. We are now at the 1 hour mark on our counter. Past the 1 hour mark, and the Dark Sheik is just continuing his assault on Mike Majors. The management, we need to cut this one. As Mike Majors is still trying, he has earned the money stars. Mike Majors has earned my respect in a very concrete way with all the punishment, and he's still got a fight left in him. And this might be the longest sustained series of offensive maneuvers he's been able to execute, but as you can see, he's moving quite gingerly and slowly, and the Dark Sheik going again for that, oh, right on the bat. Again, I want to apologize for our audio issues this broadcast. We've had some rendering issues on this, so I want to apologize, but we're back to the action. No, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have a talk with Hollywood Bill Mercer and our matchmakers about this. This man could sustain permanent damage. I got to believe he's got a concussion with all the chair and bat shots today. But, and I said that he just does a DDT on the top of his head. Forks in his head. DDTs. This is just hard to watch, people. The Dark Sheik running up the ropes, doing flying elbow, things we've never seen the Dark Sheik do. He's just doing things. We are now at the 1 hour and 6 minute mark almost of this match. And yes, we still have more to come. We have Hardcore Committee settling their score with D.O.A. We have Michael Graves and X-Head, X-Punk, whatever he's calling himself this week, settling their score in a barbed wire exploding match. We have returning to the DCWA to help his protege, the current GHC heavyweight champion, the great Muta, teaming with Kawa to take on Voodoo King and the DCWA heavyweight champion, the Wraith. So we got more lined up for you. I gotta believe that we're gonna have to cut this match soon, people. This is unbearable to watch. Mike Majors' blood is all over the ring. Valiant fighting, doing pile drivers. He cannot sustain an offense. This might be the most, again, I keep saying it, it's not much. The blood count is minuscule, as you see. the Dark Sheik's blood, little cuts here and there. But we have Big Money Mike Major's blood staining our mat. And he's taking shots after shots. The Dark Sheik picking up that piece of broken table again. No quit, Big Money Mike Major's fall away slam. Still not enough. I don't think he can, short of maybe doing a power driver off the top rope to really damage the Dark Sheik's neck. I don't think there's anything he can do to force a submission in this matchup. The Dark Sheik has just been clearly dominant for almost, we're at the 70-minute mark. For majority of the 70-minute plus mark that we're at, the Dark Sheik has punished Big Money Mike Majors, which he promised to do, earning the moniker, at least from me, the most sadistic man in the DCWA. Fractured has gone up on the danger list just with the Dark Sheik alone. I did not realize this man was capable of this much pure, unadulterated violence without one time going for a submission. He has to. This is too much. Mike Major's writhing in pain on the ground from his head, his neck. He's got some fight left in him because he's a veteran of our sport, the tough guy. But even this is uncalled for. Totally uncalled for from the Dark Sheik. Oh goodness, just the crunch of that table against the face, and then now the back of, he needs to just sink in the camel clutch, and that's it. Oh, just a barbed wire bat shot to the back. This is ridiculous. Again, picking up that barbed wire bat, again a shot to the back of the head. I'm sorry. And then just a jab with the butt end of that bat. And again, he's just going through, just at will, punishing Big Money Mike Majors. You gotta believe the Wright brothers, the Wright triplets watching in the back, really feeling for their mentor. He's told me, he gave them instructions in no way where they, no matter what happened, were they to come out. This is personal between Dark Sheik and Mike Majors, and I gotta believe that, unfortunately, Dark Sheik has won the war with this encounter. Just too violent, too aggressive, too ruthless for Big Money Mike Majors, as we are now at the 75-minute mark, and the Dark Sheik is still administering brutality and punishment. We have now set a record for the longest match in DCWA history. And how many more pile drivers can Mike Majors take? He needs to verbally quit. He needs to give up. Oh, another sickening chair shot to the head. We got to get someone out here for concussion protocol. This man has to have multiple concussions. I got to think that we will not see Mike Majors in our upcoming D1 Cup tournament starting next Sunday on Full Throttle for our March Madness. I don't even know. He's fighting. He is still fighting. And I just don't know what to say other than this man has earned the respect of the DCWA with his valiant performance. And I think I can safely say that and he's just choking him. This should be over. The Dark Sheik has earned the disdain of probably many back in the locker room for this blatant disrespect of a veteran of the sport. This blatant beat down. This blatant mugging, if you will, of Big Money Mike Majors. And no end in sight. We need to call this match before Mike Majors has a career-ending injury. If he already doesn't, another chair shot unprotected to the head. Management needs to do something about this. It's ridiculous. The Dark Sheik has still not went for his signature submission, and he's pulling the fork out again. This man has been repeatedly forked, repeatedly mugged, for lack of a better term, systematically taken apart and beaten down by the most sadistic man in, I think, our short DCWA history. And he's just continually punishing Mike Majors. Mike Majors again trying to fight back. His heart is big as his contract. He's trying to fight back, but no use. The Dark Sheik seems to have an answer for every counter and maneuver. This is torture. This should not be allowed in the DCWA. I don't care if it's Bloodsport or not. This man is going to be permanently injured, maybe even put out of the sport. He's prone on the canvas. The Dark Sheik's picking up chairs, laying in the Mike Majors laying in his own blood, now being pulled back up just to be spin kicked back down into his own blood. This is the longest match in. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm totally disgusted by this display from the Dark Sheik. I can no longer announce this match. Bill Mercer will have to fine me or fire me. I'm going to talk to management. This is ridiculous. Finally, the ref calls this match. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Dark Sheik. Bloodsport. It's going to continue. I'm going to have to get out of my bad mood for this next match. We have a Landmine Deathmatch. Michael Graves versus X-Head. You know, I would be remiss if I did not mention the looming Ministry of Darkness that seem to show their graphic and their muffled voices whenever these two teams, factions, representative of these factions face themselves. We now know the Ministry of Darkness has a grudge. We don't know against whom, though. Is it Michael Graves? Is it X-Head, X-Punk, whatever he's calling himself these days? We don't know. We don't know if it'll force these two guys to form an alliance. We don't even know who these people are. You know, I've got some speculations. I won't reveal who I'm speculating it to be. I ran it past Michael Graves and he kind of just sneered at me and said, the power of God knows no fear. He was not concerned with whoever these pretenders are, as he likes to call people, but he's concerned with punishing X-Head. As we can see, this is a Landmine Deathmatch. We have fluorescent light tubes throughout the ring. We have barbed wire on the outside. Oh! And we have two guys in there with a grudge who both like pain and punishment. Kendo sticks, bats. Oh, DDT there. Hopefully these guys will not be as sadistic as the last match and will try to get things over with relatively quickly. What I mean by that is they will be more efficient in their violence and making the other person submit.
You think we forgot? You think we like being cast aside? We are coming for all of you.
Just out of nowhere, they needed production. You know, there we have it. Just speaking of the Ministry of Darkness, and here they are interrupting the broadcast. As they said they want, seems like they got a grudge against both these teams, both these factions, both these individuals. Back to the match. Suplex coming up. Oh, outside the ring. Oh, on that exploding barbed wire slab. X-Head busted open. Michael Graves drawing first blood. Michael Graves has promised that no matter who comes up against him, fire out of nowhere. I've never seen him even do that. He blew fire in the face of Michael Graves. Whips him off the ropes. What do we got? Oh, big boot. Picking up that fluorescent light tube. Gotta believe that's coming. Oh, power of God here. Power of God. Oh, that might be it. What is he doing? You can't climb the ropes. Oh, neck breaker. This might be it. X-Head might be done. Breaking up that kendo stick. Oh, just a shot of that kendo stick. These two individuals. This will settle, in theory, the rivalry, at least ring-wise. These men will be given other opportunities. Michael Graves always wanting that TV title. I'm sure he wants the heavyweight title. Wants his team for the tag team titles. He has enough team members to go after those Faction 8 belts. I mean, so the sky's the limit, I think, for both of these individuals after they settle this blood feud here. Oh, super kick. Picking up that fluorescent light tube. He's itching to use it. Oh! Oh, kneeling super kick there. Oh, low blow. Michael Graves able to stave that off with a nice single leg takedown. Ministry of Darkness looming over. Oh, both these individuals and their factions. We got to see what Ministry of Darkness, what do they have planned? Who are they? Who are these people that have been invading the broadcast for the past 3 weeks? When obvious grudge, now it's not so obvious, it wasn't then. An obvious grudge now against both these, and Power of God coming up right on the kendo stick. That might be enough to end this matchup. Tombstone. Brainbuster. I thought that was going to be on that exploding barbed wire slab on the floor. My centimeters missed it. And I gotta say, this match so far has belonged to Michael Graves. He's had the most sustained offense. Just as I say that, that spinning back elbow has knocked Michael Graves out. It is over. X-head, just as I said that he didn't have enough offense, came out of nowhere with that spinning back elbow. Your winner has knocked Michael Graves out. The ref saw fit to call this match. Your winner, X-head. Bloodsport continues next. In our next match, once and for all, Hardcore Committee faces off against their longtime rivals, D.O.A. Management, matchmakers, have assured me so that I can assure you this is the last meeting of these two factions, indeed of these individuals, barring tournaments or championship matches. This right here is for bragging rights. These individuals have been at war since, was it Gold Rush 2? Or was it Bloodsport? I'm not remembering. It was Gold Rush 2 when Leroy Brown appeared after Ace Blade's match. He appeared out of nowhere on the ramp. No, it was Bloodsport because Ace Blade had defeated D. Williams. Leroy Brown came from the back, declared that Ace Blade was a faker, declared that his tough guy persona was studio gangster, that he knew him when he was carrying bags for other wrestlers, driving the boys up and down the road, and he had been sitting back watching how he and his hardcore committee pretended to be these tough street thugs. And Leroy Brown brought Jeffrey McWild, Edward Jordan and Bannon in. He said, no, we are the rest. We see Trey busted open. Trey Bingham busted open. Leroy Brown doing what he does best. As all men, it is just chaos in this match. Hard to call. Just giving you a little history. And these guys, ever since then, have faced each other in various matches. Tag matches, 6-man matches, 8-man matches. At Faction Warfare, they faced each other. And I gotta say that D.O.A. has come out on the winning end in most of those encounters. Ace Blade faced Leroy Brown in a 7-mile street fight a few episodes of Full Throttle ago, saving not only his career, but handing Leroy Brown his first loss, which has incensed Leroy Brown even more than he was incensed at just the idea of Ace Blade. And here we have it. This is once and for all one of the most violent type of matches that you can have in pro wrestling. Bragging rights on the line here, bigger than any championship. Bragging rights on the line. And D.O.A. just is back and forth with this as we see Bannon with that arm lock on Ace Blade. Trey Bingham busted wide open by the double team there on the back of the neck of just busted wide open by those punches of Leroy Brown. Ankle hold, knee bar there. And Leroy Brown seems to be turning his attention to Ace Blade. Double team there. Ace Blade out of Jeffrey McWild. We got to still remember that Jeffrey McWild, Bannon, and Jordan are the 6-man tag team champions. They've had no challenges because they've been too busy dealing with the feud with the Hardcore Committee. Bannon and Jordan have told me that they're going to challenge Space Invaders, or whoever was going to win that previous match, or Space Invaders, to a championship or non-title match. They want theirs the hard way, they said. They said if they defeat Space Invaders in a non-title match, they're then going to challenge for the tag team titles. They believe that they have Space Invaders' weaknesses. They didn't say what they are, but they believe they have their number. And they believe that they are just simply the better team. As a fluorescent light tube in the hands of Leroy Brown, a dangerous weapon. He just busts Ace Blade over the head with it and mounts him from the back and punches to the back of the head. Totally illegal in this match. Totally legal. Purple Haze in there. Current Wrestle 1 Cruiserweight Champion. Demond Streaks in there. Bannon. Triple team. Beating down Demond Streets. As Ace Blade is just... Trey Bingham with the single leg crab on Leroy Brown. I don't think we've ever seen Leroy Brown submitted in the DCWA. We've seen him beaten by Ace Blade, but not submitted. Oh! No! Leroy Brown and Ace Blade going at a running power slam here. This is how he defeated Leroy Brown. That running power slam into that jackknife. Trey Bingham, I think, probably the worst words even if Jordan has him in a sharpshooter. Broken up. Jeff McWild, one of the most underrated stars that we have here. Very tough dude. Kickboxing background. Don't let his physique fool you. This is a tough individual. We see that octopus stretch on, and just Leroy Brown is just beating down Trey Bingham. And he turns his attention, of course, to Ace Blade. Remember, this is bragging rights here. This feud will be settled once and for all in this match right here. Management has promised these individuals will not meet each other as a faction or individuals unless it's championship encounter or just as a result of their placement and winning in a tournament. Oh, it's this exploding barbed wire. Purple Haze just thrown out. As you can see, he's busted open. Knee bar on Edward Jordan. Knee bar there. Is he gonna give it up? No. We see uppercut from a headlock. We see Ace Blade face down on the mat. Leroy Brown down on the mat, but quickly up. Critical. I think this is over. Ace Blade has been knocked out by Jordan or Bannon. I could not see which one. If I can ask the truck for a replay. Let's see if we can get a replay. We're back moments ago in this match. We're going to get a replay to see this knockout. As we see, it was Leroy Brown with the spinning back fist to the back of the head of Ace Blade, knocking him out, forcing the critical, forcing the ref stoppage. And D.O.A. has won the war between their team, their faction, and Hardcore Committee. And if I know Leroy Brown, he will not leave Ace Blade to be, and he will talk a lot of junk about this victory. Feud over. Now we continue with more Bloodsport. Our main event, Voodoo King teams up with the DCWA Heavyweight Champion, the Wraith, to face the Great Muta and the Great Kawa, Asakawa's alter ego. As these guys have been going at it ever since before the Wraith defeated Asakawa for that DCWA Heavyweight Championship. Much like the previous match, the Wraith and Voodoo King seem to have the numbers in the exploding barbed wire match. They seem to have the number of Asakawa, as the Wraith just last week on Full Throttle defeated Asakawa in a tag match. When Ian Blaine was his partner, so Asakawa going to his mentor Keiji Muto, aka the Great Muta, and bringing him back. The current GCH Heavyweight Champion of NOAH, bringing him back to help him in his quest to get back in the title form, to stop the humiliation that he's faced at the hands of the Wraith and the General Jerry McDermott and the Undead Army in general. Don't know if this match is going to have championship implications. I am told that management will honor the championship stipulation that resulted from last week's Full Throttle, where Jerry McDermott is going to pick the stipulation of the championship rematch, and I'm told he's already picked it. I'm told management is aware of it, and during one of our broadcasts, barbed wire explosion there by Asakawa. One of our broadcasts in our March Madness D1 Cup tournament, we will see the result of General Jerry McDermott's stipulation, and Asakawa will receive a rematch with whatever stipulation that McDermott has put into place. We will have more information as the details of the date of that match coming up. So Asakawa got to be doing this for a measure of revenge. As he's just thrown by the Wraith into that exploding barbed wire and busted open. This has got to be to build some momentum. As I said, Asakawa's been on the losing end of all his encounters. Fire in the face of the Great Muta by the Red. But an armbar there. Jukutame armbar. Asakawa still one of the most gifted. That sickle just busting him open even more. One of the more gifted athletes in the DCWA. The Wraith just seems to have his number. Voodoo King has also seemed to have the Great Muta's number. And General Jerry McDermott has prepared the Undead Army well for these encounters. I don't know what he's doing to these guys, but they seem to be better prepared for Asakawa the Knights and whoever Asakawa brings. As you see a pinfall there, 1, 2, 3. No, Great Muta kicks out. It's very rare that we see someone more vicious than the Great Muta, but we have him with the Voodoo King, as Muta and the Voodoo King going at it. Neck breaker there. As we see this submission as 1 matches for the Wraith against Asakawa again. 2. Jerry McDermott, I don't know what he's doing to motivate these individuals. Dragon Whip neck screw. Low blow by Muta, but hey, legal in this match. These 4 men are going at it. The throat claw there, the face claw. As Asakawa just busted open the Wraith. I think that's his outfit as he busted open to 1, 2, might be it. 3, no, kick out. 1, 2, Voodoo King over, no. Body slam there. Voodoo King just busted open, whipped into that exploding barbed wire by the Great Muta. Great Muta going on the Wraith. Now figure 4 leg lock. Muta has won many championships with this maneuver. Muta just biting the Wraith. 1, 2, Asakawa with a method of revenge. No, kick out. Muta with a fork on the Wraith. The Wraith is busted open. All men busted open this match. No, not all men. Muta's not. But that Asakawa STF there. Not going to get the Voodoo King to submit. You're going to have to pinfall him. Asakawa with a neck breaker. Nice counter. The Wraith going for the pinfall on the Great Muta. 1, 2. It's over. No. Muta kicks out. Another pinfall. 1, 2. That claw just on Asakawa there. Dragon screw. Asakawa with the Samoan driver. Muta with the cover. 1, 2. No, just a 1 count. Not even a 2 count. Whips Asakawa again to the exploding barbed wire. Muta with the green mist. The green mist on the Wraith, but the Wraith almost unaffected by it. He's still coming forward. Probably due to the cloak. Oh, Asakawa just absorbing the most punishment here. Probably due to that cloak. The green mist did not have the effect that it does with blinding most opponents. Oh, double team there. 3D. Need to make for that cover, Asakawa, quickly. For that cover. Oh, the Wraith, Voodoo team just Asakawa with the counter. Oh, Muta whipped into the exploding barbed wire. This again has been Bloodsport, our most violent pay-per-view of the year. All feuds are settled. We know that, as I told you earlier, Asakawa will have his rematch per last week's Full Throttle with the Jerry McDermott stipulation. And if I know Jerry McDermott, he's going to stack the deck against Asakawa. Oh! Oh, the Wraith into the exploding barbed wire. Double team coming on Muta. Oh, Asakawa again. These men are going to have permanent damage due to the violent nature of these matches. Covered by the Wraith on Muta. 2, 3. Your winners. Asakawa has to be totally dejected, as again his plans thwarted by the Wraith with a pinfall on the great Muta, which is a great upset in my mind. Muta's a legend. Thank you. This has been the Motor City Madman signing off. Bloodsport. Thank you for tuning in to our most violent event of the year, DCWA Bloodsport. We'll be back next week with an episode of Full Throttle. D1 Cup coming, round 1.
DCWA. We are here. X-Head. Michael Graves. We are coming for you.